Welcome to Unfolding Thought. I'm Eric Pratum. If this is your first time listening to one of these business meditations, I encourage you to go back to the very first episode of this series. There, I explain the purpose and structure of these episodes and how you can get the most out of them. Look up episode 4 of the Unfolding Thought podcast titled Unfolding Thought in your podcast player or check the link in the show notes. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to guide you through an exercise called force field analysis. This is a powerful tool for identifying the forces working for and against your goals, so you can focus on amplifying the positive forces and reducing the negative ones. Force field analysis is often used in decision-making, planning, and problem-solving. It helps clarify the dynamics of a situation and makes it easier to see where to focus your energy to create progress. For this session, I'll act as your guide, asking you questions to help you identify the forces at play in your current situation. As we go, I'll pause to give you time to reflect on your answers. For this particular exercise, I recommend that you be ready to write some things down. This helps to concretize what can often remain vague responses if they stay in our heads. If you're not in a place to write things down, simply do your best to get them out of your head by, for example, speaking them aloud, and then maybe even visualizing what I mention. If I move too quickly during this session, just pause the recording when you need more time. Let's begin. First, think of a specific goal or challenge you're working on. It might be something like launching a new project, improving a relationship, or overcoming a barrier in your work. Take a moment to get clear about what that goal or challenge is, and be as specific as possible. Next, let's identify the forces that are driving you towards success. These are the positive factors that are helping you move forward. They might include your skills, resources, support from others, or opportunities in your environment. For example, maybe you've just acquired a new set of valuable skills, or perhaps you've gotten your savings to such a point that making a particular investment is much less of a burden than it might have been before. What are the forces driving progress toward your goal? As you do this, either write down or imagine creating either a list or a mind map of all of the factors driving you toward success, contributing to you achieving that goal. Now, let's identify the forces that are holding you back or working against you. These are the obstacles, challenges, or negative factors that are slowing your progress. They might include a lack of resources, resistance from others, competing priorities, or internal doubts. These could be internal factors, such as a lack of confidence, or external factors, such as people that are not supporting you or challenges you face in the marketplace? What are the forces restraining progress toward your goal? Again, either make an actual list or mind map, or at least imagine doing so. Getting a visual of these forces can give you an appreciation for what you face. Take a moment to reflect on the forces you've identified. Picture them as two opposing sides, the driving forces pushing you toward your goal and the restraining forces pulling you away from it. Now ask yourself, which of these forces is stronger right now? Are the driving forces stronger, or are the restraining forces overwhelming them? If you've been writing these things down, maybe underline or circle the strongest forces most heavily so that you get a visual indication of where more pressure is coming from. Let's focus on strengthening the driving forces first. What could you do to amplify the positive factors helping you? For example, could you get additional resources, build stronger relationships, or take advantage of an opportunity you've been overlooking? Could you reach out on LinkedIn to a connection that has some valuable industry knowledge so that they can give you advice? Could you get over some hesitancy about accepting an offer for help? Whatever it is, what can you do to strengthen the driving forces, the forces that will help you on your way toward success? Now, let's focus on reducing the restraining forces. What could you do to weaken the negative factors holding you back? For example, could you remove an obstacle, address resistance from others, or change something within yourself? Let's imagine that your goal is to get in shape, and that one of the best ways to get there is to get up early, to lift weights, or get on the treadmill. In this case, a restraining factor might be that it's hard to get up an hour earlier in the morning. What could you do to weaken that factor? Could you go to sleep a little earlier, limit your alcohol consumption, maybe buy a daylight alarm? What can you do to reduce the restraining forces, the forces holding you back or slowing you down on your path toward your goal? Take a moment to reflect on what you've uncovered. If you've been writing things down, look at your lists or mind maps. Think about the balance between the driving and restraining forces and how you can use this awareness to create progress. Do you have a greater appreciation for what's working in your favor and how achievable your goal is? Or perhaps, are you realizing your goal is unrealistic or you're not committed enough to do what it takes? Take this moment to assess the full picture, positive and negative, contributing to and pushing back against your journey toward your goal. Force field analysis is a simple but powerful way to understand the dynamics of your situation. Here's why each step of this exercise is important. First, clarifying your goal ensures you know what you're working toward and keeps you focused. Second, identifying driving forces highlights the resources, skills, and opportunities you can build on to create momentum. Third, identifying restraining forces helps you see what's slowing you down so you can address those barriers effectively. Finally, fourth, strengthening driving forces and reducing restraining forces creates a balanced and strategic approach to moving forward. The beauty of force field analysis is that it helps you see where to focus your energy, whether that's amplifying the positive forces or addressing the negative ones. By using this tool, you can make more informed decisions and take purposeful action toward your goals. Take what you've learned today and think about how you can apply it to other challenges in your work or life. If you'd like to learn more, I've placed links in the show notes. I also encourage you to email me at eric@inboundandagile.com or to reach out to me on social media. Thank you for your dedication to this. I hope you found it valuable and hope you will join me for the next business meditation.